Here with head coach of UCSD, Brad Rostratter. Just finished up a two-game series here in Hawaii. Probably a lot of takeaways for you. It seemed like an emotional game out there, but what did you see out there from your team that you really liked?
Yeah, I mean, overall for the weekend, I think the biggest thing was our response with our serve-receive line. That was the major difference night one, and then night two, it balanced out. And set 4 got away from us a little bit, but I thought overall throughout the first 3 sets we were doing a pretty good job of owning that first contact. And overall on the weekend, I thought we served pretty well. Maybe could be a little more aggressive at times, but I think in men's volleyball it's a good problem to have. It's a lot easier to turn the aggression up as to hone it down at points of the year. But yeah, big takeaway is not the result we wanted. We're not good enough quite yet, and we got to keep grinding, keep getting better, and get ready for the next match ahead.
You're able to take that set, set 3 tonight. What was working out there that made you be able to get that set win?
I mean, our serving was real good, and then put our block in positions to be really steady and just simple and across. It started by getting them off the net, having them hit some high balls, and our block did a good job of delaying a little bit to kind of counteract their attacking technique and strategy. So yeah, I think that serve and block, which obviously work together, is a big help.
This is seems like a special UCSD team, pushing up on the all-time record for wins in a season. What makes this team special and kind of stand out?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good group. The guys are good. They're great people, great teammates, great competitors, and pretty good volleyball players with that as well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know too much of, I don't track that stuff. We're just trying to get better tomorrow and rest up and get home tomorrow. But yeah, I think what else makes it special is we have a group of 21 guys that are training their butts off, and they're competing. And you see it with different guys filling into different roles throughout the year. Depth helps. It helps obviously on the court, but most importantly, it helps us train at a higher level more consistently. So the more we're able to do that, the more we're able to sustain and play higher level volleyball, which we still got to improve and do that more and more, but lots of good strides.
In terms of Big West, it was I guess pun intended, big weekend with a lot of upsets.
Well played.
How does it feel kind of being in a conference that's so competitive?
I mean, it's why we're here, and this is exactly what we want. We want to be competing against top programs, whether it be University of Hawaii or all the other top programs that we're going to see. Especially for us over these next 3 weeks, it keeps getting harder and harder, which is exactly why we're all here. We want to be at a great academic institution and compete against great volleyball competition, and we're really blessed that we get to do that within the Big West.
In terms of your approach out there, I think Friday you had 6 challenges. Tonight you had 4. Are you trying to leave them all out there? What's kind of your approach of strategically using your challenges?
Yeah, I think the success rate was pretty good, and honestly, I just trust the guys, and they have pretty good eyes, and they correct me a lot of times on volley metrics. They tag me when I make wrong calls in practice, which happens quite frequently because of these things. But yeah, I trust them. If they see something, I'll go down betting on them and their eyes. So yeah, it's just more trust and faith in the guys more than anything else. And if we have a challenge and something's close, can't take them home.
Someone that stats are near and dear to my heart. What's your kind of go-to post-match deep dive to see maybe how you did on a deeper level?
Yeah, I mean, post-match, like as of this moment, there's not much, right? It's a lot about the emotion, it's a lot about the team, it's a lot about the person, the individuals, and everything that happened. And then as we move forward and progress into the next day, that's when we dive into some of the analytics. And I think someone like Joe Trinzi has really paved the way in a lot of the volleyball analytics, and he has some different things, but something everyone should check out is Joe Trinzi, and I forget the name of his website. You might remember it, but he has this thing called the Trinzi Triangle, and it looks at terminal serving, first ball, and transition, the 3 ways you can score a point. Thankfully, some people have explained it to me, since I don't have a ton of background in that, but they've explained it, and it's a high-level overview of the match.
Yeah, no, Joe is great, and thankful for all of the work he puts out.
For sure.
Women's, beach, men's. So
it does it all.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
In terms of the wider volleyball world, one of the bigger news this week was St. Francis saying they're declassifying from Division I, Division III. Given the landscape of NCAA, you think this is going to happen more? This is kind of...
Yeah, that's a loaded question right there, but I think it's for sure going to happen a little bit more. I don't know how much, and at least for us in the Big West and really kind of the West Coast side of volleyball, I don't foresee that happening nearly as much, but within the Midwest and the East Coast, with so many NAI, Division III, Division II, Division I programs, I think there will be different shifts. I think there will be some positive shifts as well with kind of some of the incoming rule changes and roster limitations that might positively affect some programs looking to go from Division III to Division II. But yeah, that funding is going to be the ultimate resource, and interesting that St. Francis and Coach Rummy's a heck of a person and a great dude and a great coach, and he their basketball team ended up going to the NCAA tournament, and then this comes out a week or so later, so interesting timing and a lot of publicity for them, but hope everyone there at St. Francis is on board with it and it goes well for them.
And just in terms of you and the team, I hear it's your spring break. So you able to do anything fun with the team while you guys are out here?
Yeah, we got to come out a day early. We got to travel everyone on our roster for our 21 guys. So that was a huge blessing. Thanks to our administration. And in terms of what we got to do fun, we got to play 2 really tough volleyball matches, and that's kind of what we built our schedule around and what we planned out. And other than that, we got a nice dinner at Outrigger Canoe Club, which was an awesome blessing and something we really enjoyed and cherished, being a part of such an amazing location, amazing place, and so much history specifically within the volleyball community. Yeah, that was kind of it. And we played and watched a lot of volleyball.
Not a terrible way to spend your time here.
No, not bad at all.
The most important question, are you going to make it back in time for the podcast on Monday?
Oh, yeah. I still don't. Yeah, we'll be on it. We'll be on it. I think I know the group chat's been going off with some craziness, but it's tough for me. I try to block it all out until Sunday and Monday morning, and that's when I start doing some of the research and figuring out. Thanks to Rob, he gives us all the topics and front loads us coaches so we can sound somewhat smart, at least. I did unfortunately let down a loyal listener who wanted me to try out a hot dog place. Given our recent debate, but apparently there's a good one out here, but I didn't quite get to it. Maybe I'll sneak it in before the flight, so we'll see.
Well, definitely not the results you were looking for, but you got a great team out there. Best of luck the rest of the season, and thanks for all you do for promoting men's volleyball and everything going on.
Thank you. Same to you.